Thanks for Xpreem having me again this year. I feel always a part of the Xpreem family. And this is my fourth time now at FIAR. In this first part of the day, it's about the regulator. We heard the ISF, we heard BAR, and now CCN as a company. Perhaps you might find us a little bit a strange duck in this setup. But I think in the end it's our joint responsibility to cooperate together and to create a sustainable market, both for the insurers to make a profitable operation and for the customers to have an excellent customer experience in regards to their product they have. So it's a joint responsibility. The measures that are being implemented in the new MTPL law, a lot of them have already been implemented in the country where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the Netherlands. So I'm reaching out to both BAR and ASF to make use of my knowledge and experience in helping you to address the issues and together create a good product. So the offer is here. It's up to you to make use of it or not, but the intention is there. Bună dimineața. As Marius briefly mentioned in his opening speech, there are two things important with regards to motor MTPL insurance or motor insurance. It's the customer expectations on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's the profitability of the insurance carrier. Do they go hand in hand? I think so. And I think even if we're able to go better to a better customer experience, the profitability is able to further increase. And I will show you some examples of other industry, how they did it. If you see the future where, or the past of the current situation is that the customer is a control where the interaction happens. They don't want to let them happen what is being told about if in the case have a damage. They want to be at the steering wheel, they want to decide and to want to make forward. And I think this is the basis of the customer experience and the customer expectations. For those who were here on Monday, so I will not repeat it, who is familiar with this insurance company Jetty? For the people who were on Monday, don't raise your hands, but for the other people. This is a new insurance company who started in the US. They are offering rental insurance for homeowners' property. And the thing is they looked at the current underwriting procedure and the acceptance and saw that in general it takes 60 questions to be answered before you conclude a property insurance. They brought it back to only one simple question. And probably people from our industry will say this is not possible. You cannot give a quote for a property insurance based on one single question. They said yes, we can. The only question they ask, put in your home address. Based on your home address, they will give you a quote for your property insurance. Why are they able to do it? Because they are collecting data for public resources. So they look at published neighborhood crime rates. Is your location in an area where there's a lot of burglary? They look at the building age of the location, and they look at the estimate income of the buildings. Based on this, they can give you a quote for your property insurance. One single question. Just to check here in the audience, what is the #1 claims cause of property damage? Anyone has an idea? The #1. Over 50% of all property damages are caused by that accident. Any guess? Well, it's water pipe burst. So water damage in a property insurance is the main cause. So the 60 questions relating to the insured, who he is, who he is married to, who is his neighbor, who is his aunt, is not relevant. It's about the property, the location in itself, because if you know as an insurer that 60% of the damage are caused by water damage, pipe burst, you're looking at building age, you're looking at maintenance, and you're looking at income areas, because where people are living in that area determines the risk assessment. So look at it from a completely different angle, and this creates the customer experience. So the technology and the customer experience. Has our different industry changed due to technology? No, the technology was already there. The technology is available. It's the industry that changed the business. So you look here at the industries from movies to mobility to hotel industries. So put ourselves here as the insurance industry. What is killing it? It's customer expectation. Do we have to change? Yes. Is it a common responsibility? Yes. Can we do it together? Yes. So I said, where are we with the claims or with the insurance industry? If a customer wants to submit a claim, it's timeless, it's confusing, it's complicated. These are all the elements currently today if you want to log a claim. From the first notification log, if you call to your insurance carrier, you will call to the call center, they will send you a claims form which you have to fill in. You have to fill in 12, 15, 20 questions, and then you forget to fill in question number 8. And so when you send back the claims form, it's being opened at the insurance carrier, and you see that your question number 8 is forgotten. They will send it back to you to fill it in. It's time consuming. The customer received it back, has to put it again, the cross at question number 8, then send it back in return. Once the claim has been registered with the carrier, a surveyor is being appointed. And the surveyor will call you to make an appointment to assess your car, because you have a damage on your car. And he said, when can we meet up? And you're saying, well, when you're around. He said, well, in 2 or 3 weeks. I said, what are you coming to do? I'm going to make pictures of your car, of your damage. I said, well, I can make pictures myself and send it to you. No, I have to make the picture. Why does he ask the surveyor make the picture? I have a camera, I'm making pictures every day with my mobile phone, post it. No, he has to do it. So he comes up with a suggestion to meet in 3 weeks. Unfortunately, I'm out of the country. So when are you next around? In another 2 weeks. So at the moment from the claims damage, reporting the claim, up to the assessment by the surveyor is 6 weeks. Is it necessary? No. Does it decrease customer expectations? Yes, it does. Does it add cost? Yes, it does. Some examples of industries where already things is changing. I'm pointing out one here. This is Fixico. This is a platform which makes it for car owners very easy to get a quote for repairing costs. They upload the damage, they make pictures themselves, so it's a self-assessment program. The program will say what kind of pictures they have to take, from which angle. They post it online, it's being sent to attached body shops, and the body shop gives back a quote within 30 minutes. The customer can choose and select the body shops he'd like to have his car repaired, based on availability, based on cost, and based on service. This is what customer expectation is about. So looking at our industry, what can we do to increase customer expectations and on the other hand, decrease cost? This is an example about the health industry. There was one of the hospitals decided to change their food program. Well, they saw that a lot of food, about 40% of the food they served to their patients was thrown away. So there was a lot of waste with a lot of cost. They changed their food program into an ordering program. So the customer could choose himself from a menu what they like to eat. The result was decreasing cost, higher customer expectations, and healthier food. So they changed the total program from a standard food program to an optional program for the customer with a reduction of cost. So this was the basis what we launched in the Netherlands beginning of this year. It's an open claims platform. Extremely easy to report a claim through a mobile application. It's in Dutch, but I will give you the brief discussion. So when the customer opens the application, it says, do you have a damage? Are we able to help you? Yes. The second question is, when can we pick up your car, sir or madam? So here the customer can select himself the date and the time when his car is being picked up for the repair shop. And secondly, he can choose if he wants to be offered an additional rental, compulsory mobility. It can be a car, it can be a bike, it can be an Uber, or it can be walking. So he can choose and select himself what kind of replacement mobility he wants to be offered. The car is being picked up, is always a personal intake at home by the driver who picks up the car and being brought to the repairing shop. During the whole process, the customer is being kept updated on the progress of the repair with regarding to all the steps that are being taken of the car. He received pictures of the repairing process, and even all his settings in his GPS or his radio are being put by the body repair shop in order to increase the customer expectations. Like he said, the radio settings are being reset, and here he can set with regarding to his payment options. So everything is in the control back of the customer to increase this customer expectations. He has full control over the process, and even once the car has been repaired, he will receive a message: when can we bring back your car, sir or madam? When would it be convenient to you? You can select the date and the time the car is being brought back to you. With an overall perfect aftercare. Based on this, we have launched this in the Netherlands with a 10% claim cost reduction guaranteed. And we are now in the process of bringing this to the Romanian market. So we're looking for the first launching customer, an insurance company who is willing to go for this. We will do the translation, we will bring it to the market, we give you a guaranteed 10% reduction in your cost. This is what about customer expectation is and increasing profitability for the insurance carrier. How am I doing with time?
You're fine.
Yeah, good. The platform is there. It's an open web-based platform, so all the different stakeholders in the process are being connected. Completely 24/7 access through the web. It's a platform as a services with an integrated ecosystem. Last week we launched our first report about limitation periods in the EU. Probably you've seen the press release of it, which was published by Extreme. As a lot of countries are changing the limitation periods currently, we have sent an updated report to that, which is connected to the iReport, and immediately once a claim is registered through the first notification of loss, it will give immediately all the limitation periods that are applicable for that country in the system, so that you never miss any limitation periods to address the claim to the third party. It's interacted with connecting with the customers, so they can collect the moment they want to be served, at the moment they like to be served, in the type of service they want to have. So, when I said initially, lodging a claim is complicated, time-consuming and comprehensive, we brought it back to FES, fast, easy and simple. Thank you very much.